Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy. How you doing?
Yep. Help is needed. Right here. The Dr. Greenthumb Show live on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, and the home site, www.BREALTV. Welcome to it. I'm Dr. Greenthumb. Hello. And to my right, Mr. Goodlight, DJ C minus.
What up, everyone? Happy Monday.
Word up. And we doubling down on the guest today, man. We got Mike and Keys up in here.
What up? What up?
Jay Keys.
Yeah.
My man Mike. We go way back. And we'll talk about that in just a second. We got the Treehouse crew, Bolton Blombo, Bra, and the Dominator.
Oh, we up here bicking it, B.
Word up. Props. Yeah, I know I'm wearing the boo-boo today, but you know, you were wearing the boo-boo couple days ago. Don't act like you weren't.
And shout out to my uncle House Shoes for coming up here today.
That's right. Uncle Shoes is up in the building.
Yeah.
That's why you're getting spared right now. Your uncle's in here. We nesting up in the treehouse. The iconic one, Eric Big Drum Bobo.
E-buddy.
Yes. I like the way you did that real slow, Bobo. It's almost like it was slow motion effect, but that was actually you. We got the Concentrate King up in here. Cali Blaze in the building.
Guys, today, just so you know.
Yeah.
That's right. Squeeze it off.
There you go.
Let me start by saying salute to the Cali Vibes Fest for allowing us as BREALTV to cover the event and build some content behind it. Y'all will be seeing it very soon. The guys were at work, so salute to the bros that were on site and working, such as C minus, Cali Blaze, Bolton Blombo, Bra, the Dominator, the Rolling Champ, Hydraulic, and Aton, even though he was kind of double dutying it, but he was mainly working for Cypress this day. Salute to everybody who made our deal happen, and our Greenthumb staff who ran the booth down there. I heard it was very nice. I couldn't get over there, but salute to all y'all. But congratulations to Nick Adler.
Yeah.
And everybody down there, Cali Vibes Fest. And thank you, most importantly, for inviting Cypress Hill so that we could give people that Cypress Hill experience. You know what I'm saying? Man. It was a great show. Front to back, the presentation of all the artists and everybody came with it. It was awesome. So salute to all the artists there too, because everybody was amazing. And the fans who received this energy, because that's important. You throw this big ass festival, you want to see the vibe happening, and the vibe was totally happening.
Yeah.
DJ Lord went up there and killed it.
Yeah.
And he had people whipping with him. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He went all over the place too. Yeah. That's what's great. And
He
everywhere he went, people followed him.
And he did this De La tribute too. That was really dope.
Oh yeah.
He was really dope.
Yeah, he was showing it to me before he went up. I was like, "Oh, you're gonna slay it with that right there."
Yeah.
And he did.
Yes, he did.
And Cali Vibe slated all 3 days, man. And we will bring some of that footage to y'all real soon. Now, my peoples right here, Jay and Mike, I got to tell you, they go back since the birth of BREALTV.
They were saying.
Yes, because when BREALTV started, it was in a studio in Chatsworth that I used to work out of, and these gentlemen were working out of the studio with us down there with Jay Turner, rest in peace, and Salam Rec. And you know, we had a pre-production room and then the main room and stuff like that, and they used to create the magic right in there in the pre-production room. And it was a good time. It was a good time. We'd be doing this show, and these guys would be walking in through the work to get to the studio to work. It was awesome.
Hey, dudes.
Yeah, it was a good time down there. Exhibit still has the studio. Like, it passed from me to him, and he, like we were talking about this off air, he pimped it out. He had his construction team come in there and just whip it into shape in such a way that was like, oh my God, I should have did this. Because it looks good.
How did you guys initially, meet up and start helping out with BREALTV?
Well, initially we, DJ Fingers, there's a DJ named DJ Fingers who knew Exhibit. And
that's right.
He was going back and forth. We were living in San Diego at the time, and he was going back and forth to LA. And he was like, I want you guys to go to LA. And we went to that. That was the first studio we went to, that Chatsworth studio with Be Real Exhibit. And they were working on a project called Serial Killers.
Yeah.
Right. And we did some beats on there.
Killers.
And that was like our first introduction. And so we would go to the studio every day. And we was and Be Real was the first person to give us an opportunity to like be in the studio and work. And that was like a game-changing thing for our career. He never knew that, but like that was everything to us, because now we got a chance to, produce beats in front of legends, and we're the youngest guys in the room. So that meant everything to us.
And the beats they were coming up with, man, it's like bangers. Like we'd hear them from day to day, and we're like, oh, I don't want to slip right now. I'm about to slip.
Almost.
Oh man. No, but slappers. I mean, we ended up using some of them on the Serial Killer projects, which were banging songs on those projects.
Yeah, there's some heat on them records.
Yeah, it opened up. Y'all made it easy though, man, because like what you guys were coming with was just so slapping. Like for me, it's all about the vibe of a song. Like getting folders is cool, but like when you hear it coming up from scratch, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. You get to you're privy to the build.
Yeah.
You could cherry pick like that. Like, oh, they got some. I think I better talk to them about that beat. But I mean, it was a vibe down there, and I think that was very key, and bringing y'all in just sort of added to the vibe, because we had so much work going on down there, and it was just like everybody wanted to work. Everybody was like hungry there, wanting to get it off, whether it was us doing live streams or we were working on the mixtapes or an album in particular, because I did a lot of work in that studio. I put out like 3 mixtapes there, the Gunslinger series. Then we worked on Rise Up out of there, and one of the last things I did before I vacated the studio and came downtown was the Serial Killer project.
Wow.
And we still kept recording out there. I was just going back and forth. It's just the studio transferred to Exhibit. And yeah, man, it made it easy because everybody was just so creative at that time. These guys were making beats. Jay and Salam and myself were making beats on the other side, and then verses were just getting flipped on. It was awesome.
Man, I really miss Jay Turner. He showed us a lot. Yeah. Like we spent a lot of time. What people don't know, we spent a lot of time with Jay Turner.
Yeah,
like a lot. Like I'm talking about sleeping at the studio, working on beats, mixes, samples, recording. Like, man, Jay Turner was definitely someone special to us.
He loved to work. Anytime he was in a creative process, that's when he was the happiest. All the other stuff was just extra, but like he was always happy working and being creative. And the dude had so much information, more than you would think. Like, because I mean, we knew him for years, and sometimes he would just break out something on us, and we'd be like, "How the hell do you know that?" And he'd be right. He was like he was like a wealth of random information.
Yes.
But it was always useful stuff in terms of what we were doing.
Man.
And the thing is that his ability to learn something was like that fast. Like he could get it. If you showed him it a couple times, like he was on it.
Yeah.
I missed the dude because he was hilarious too.
Yeah.
On top of
yeah.
that he was talented,
Absolutely.
he was also hilarious. But a lot of people don't know, man. He was a part of making some songs that people, give others credit for that you would consider classic hip hop music that transcends time.
Yes.
With a couple of artists that you guys deem out there as like goats.
Yep.
He did some of those beats, but didn't get credit for them. But that's he took it and just kept it pushing. But the dude was a genius, man. To me, I
Yeah.
thought he was
100%.
Sure.
One of the best things is talking music with him was just like he could go anywhere. Like, if you start, like, I would always like try, talking rock with him, and he would always like, oh, what about this? What about this? Hey, you got the 12-inch on this? And we would just start going through music, and he would, and I would always be like, hey, let me get that. Maybe I'll trade you this for this. He always had things. I was like, ooh, let me get that. And he, man, one of the best musical minds I had ever had.
As a DJ, he could rock a party like, heavy duty.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, he knew how to read the room.
Oh, yeah.
He had all the songs, and plus he had his beats.
My dude was with the shits,
Man.
for sure. I mean, whenever I DJ'd and he was around, he'd be helping me like, yo, rock this next. Be like, okay. And like normally I ain't listening to nobody. You know how it is. We're just going. But like my man, he knew. Again, like Bobo said, he knew how to fill out the room, and he would not clear a floor. He would keep it cracking.
Yes, that's true.
I remember we were DJing Aphex one night. It was the BREALTV Aphex night with Adam, right? Adam 12.
I'm 12.
And the way that the DJ was set up was just in front of this little balcony overlooking these steps that go down to the entrance. It's like a deep step, like a, you know what I mean? It's pretty deep. If someone were to fall off that, they'd get hurt, right? Oof. He had his laptop set up on the edge of the balcony.
I remember.
And someone bumped him and he hit his laptop. That the laptop went just tumbling down the stairs. And he goes and gets it, and it's banged up. It looks like a car that just got into an accident. But the thing, he got it to work.
Yep.
And spun a set. That was the nature of Jay Turner's luck, that something bad would happen, and he would still find a way to rock it.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. He was a special dude. Very special guy. He taught me a lot, too. I'll say that. And he encouraged me to DJ. Like, when I started getting back into it, I was DJing with him, like at the studio. We started off CDJs. I don't know if y'all remember that, but we had like a CDJ set. It was before we got the 1200s down there. I was like, all right, well, let's, because Jay was like on the CDJs.
Yeah.
I was tripping on that because, most DJs at the time were like, nah, man, 1200s.
Yep.
And he was like, whatever, fool.
Whatever, fool.
It's like whatever.
Whatever, fool.
That was his classic line. Whatever, fool.
Whatever, fool.
Whatever, fool.
Yeah. You would have loved kicking it with him, Callie.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
Oh
the
my
best.
God.
Yeah.
I can tell just by your stories. I'm like, oh man, that's
He would have frustrated you, and you would have
in a
loved.
good way. Yeah.
Yes, you
good way.
would have loved him for
I
it.
love people like that. Man.
Oh, man.
I do.
Man.
But his music knowledge was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he put us up on a lot of stuff. Like we really started doing rock music at that studio because of that. You know what I'm saying? Just
Hell
the
yeah.
energy, and Jay Turner's was a special guy.
It was a dope twist when you guys start working on the heavier stuff like that, because I mean, not many hip hop producers like to take that chance, because it's a different world. Obviously, you're dealing with instrumentation now and having to arrange this. It's kind of different, but y'all like took to that like nothing.
Yeah.
And it was good to see that, because I mean, whenever a producer evolves, man, that's when you're going to see real growth.
Sure.
And y'all just kept evolving, and that was dope to see that. Like, I'd seen it with other folks, as like with Muggs. I see the evolution of him as a producer, of where he started with all the chops, and where he is now, and seeing y'all have that same sort of evolution, but in your way. You know what I mean? Because I think every producer has their own, path on it, and they, evolve at their time and their speed and all that stuff. But to see it happening in real time with y'all, that was awesome. Because you know we got a chance to hear some of them bangers slapping outside of that little small pre-production room.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring it.
Oh man, yeah, it was a vibe down there, man. Again, it's hard to recreate vibes like that.
Yeah,
you know, but it's great that y'all took from that and just added it to your tools and skill set and like kept it pushing. Because since then, you guys have been just working.
I mean, we was just inspired by just being with legends like yourself and Exhibit, and I remember Scoop DeVille used to come.
Scoop, yeah.
He would play some crazy beats. I'll just be like,
yeah,
we got to step it up.
Yeah, we got to step it up, yeah. And just like you guys embracing us, because we were like, you know, the perception of the music industry is like the older guys don't mess with the young guys. So we came in with the intentions that we're going to get the energy from the older guys. So if we get the good energy, remember Mailman was there too.
That's right, Mailman.
Brett, yeah. So
that's
it was a different type of energy for us, and like everybody, like Fred Reck was there, like, and everybody was hard on us, but it was the best thing that ever happened to us because we learned a lot about being a real producer. Just even being able to be in the studio with Be Real and know how to talk to him to get the record done. Like these are things we had to learn as we go, and we learned that at that studio.
And that's definitely like an important element, right, as a producer, because if you don't get that part, you're just making beats for somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you got to be able to communicate to the artist when there's a line that you feel as a producer is like not strong or doesn't work or doesn't make sense, or you got a better line.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully the artist receives that not as like I'm like trying to, you know, say your line's whack. No, and that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that there's a better line. You know, and I think as an artist, you have to listen to the producer, but also the producer has to know how to communicate that.
Yeah.
Right.
And not be afraid to communicate it, because I've been in sessions where guys were afraid to tell me, and they were just going with what, and I'd listen back.
Knowing
like, no, I got to do it again.
Mm.
They're like, "You sure? You sure?"
Would you
Like,
consider
no, man.
yourself? I'm sorry, B. Would you consider yourself like more hands-on producers, or are you, when you're producing somebody, kind of like let them, you know, go with their flow and just like do little tweaks and touches?
I would say hands-on, because we started off pretty much hands-on, so we're kind of used to that as far as like just making songs and all that type of stuff. So, you know, we started with Be Real and X, so we got into the fire immediately.
Yeah, and working with X, he knows exactly what he wants. And you know, sometimes you have to navigate working with that when, again, sometimes you might hear something and then you got to explain to him. That's great training grounds for anybody else, because he'll make an argument for why his line is better. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
And that's all just seasoning for you guys, like to learn how to deal with different artist perspectives, like someone who will fight for the line, or someone who will be open enough to say, you know what, you're right, let me try that. You know, and just dealing with that aspect of it. People don't know that part. You know, artists get real egocentric about the things they create.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you don't like that? What do you mean? And he didn't even say he didn't like it. He just said there might be a better one. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, exactly. I learned like getting down with Muggs. I learned to put my ego aside. One, because we're brothers and we all made a vow to like tell each other the truth, even if we knew the other wasn't gonna like it. This is how we were gonna make good music. Because if we're over here, you know, BSing each other, oh yeah, it sounds cool, and then he's over here, hey man, I don't know if we're gonna use that. That would never work. So we were always like, if the beat, I didn't feel it, I tell I don't feel that one. What else do we got? Or let's come up with something else. Yeah. If the rhyme or the line or the verse, it was all right. But I think you could do something better. And we just put our egos aside for that. And that taught me how to work with every other producer. Yeah. The ones that are hands-on like that want to give you the direction or feel they should give you the direction. Or the ones that'll let you go and say, hey, that was tight. You know, there's that too. You know, they like what they hear in one shot, some of them, right?
Yeah.
But I learned how to work with all these different kinds of styles. But not every artist is open like that, and you got to know how to navigate the conversation with them. And you guys definitely were with two different perspectives and learning how to communicate that, and that's dope, because I would imagine that helps you guys today.
Yeah,
Sure.
actually, that was our whatever hip hop 101 is. That was hip hop 101, because you and X are definitely different people, perspective wise. So you have to learn. You basically have to have a degree in psychology as a producer, because people don't know even how to talk to artists.
Yeah.
And know, like, artists, I think they forget that they're human.
Right.
They're people too.
True.
So you gotta, like, I had to master, like, us being with like an artist like Nipsey, we had to master energy. So we have to know, like, when to present something or not to say nothing or just leave it alone. And like, these are things we had to learn on the go to work with an artist. So producing is not just making a beat. You got to be able to communicate with the artist.
Yes.
And that's number one. So, like, we understood, like, what Quincy Jones did. It's more than just making a beat.
Yeah.
It's like you really have to have a relationship with the engineer, the writer, the artist, everybody that's a part of the record.
Yep.
And
The players, everybody.
Yeah, man.
that's like a learning experience. So
And what's cool is that y'all got like the two different sides of it, right? You like producing it as hip hop producers, which is really hands on, and it's just you like working on the beats. And then, you know, when you get to the rock stuff, now you got to communicate to the players, you know, and all that. And that's a different run, because you're dealing with different individuals that are playing different instruments or different parts or whatever and stuff like that. And being able to communicate that, like that's
a whole other job in itself.
Yes,
Absolutely.
That's in essence a producer,
Yeah.
Sure.
right? Like Quincy Jones, but you know, you guys got it the hip hop way first, and then learned it the traditional way after.
Yeah.
So you guys like to spend a little time with the artist before going into the studio to kind of get their vibe, or how do you approach that? Because I know there's some producers that they kind of like spend a little time, kind of vibe out, you know, and just natural stuff, and then when it's time to work, then they go in with a connected kind of game plan. How do you guys do it?
I would definitely prefer, you know, just hanging out with the artist and getting to know them as a person, and you know, because the songs that they make, that's who they are. So I would want to know who they are first before I go and see what's up with them when I work with them. So, you know, that's just me though. You know,
I think the best music relationships come from people that like each other. So I think we definitely would have to hang out with the artist before, because sometimes, you know, people clash. Like their music might be good, but then when y'all work together, that clashes, you know, and that happens a lot too. So if two people like each other, then usually the music comes out really good, or at least a respect for each other.
Yeah, I mean that's everything. Because if you have if there's any tension, man. But although sometimes tension works, it just depends on the setting.
Yeah.
If you're not in the room together, you know, it might work. You know, someone might be pissed off, like I'm gonna kill it because this.
Yeah.
Because I know I've been in that situation. There's times you can, because any you know, you've been doing this long enough. There's gonna be a couple sessions where someone works someone's nerves, or someone's ego gets a little rubbed, and you know, it happens to all of us early on before we know better. You know what I'm saying? And those are the tough sessions to get through. But I'll tell you what, sometimes gold comes out of that.
For sure.
Because you're trying to prove someone wrong, or you're trying to prove, or you're trying to prove you're right. Because there's that.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between proving someone wrong and proving yourself right.
Yeah, you should just focus on proving yourself right.
Right.
Not somebody else wrong. Just
Yes.
prove yourself right. That's more important. Everything that you guys said too is applicable to every business. Meaning, the way you handle and interact with whoever it is you're working with, doesn't matter what business you're in, the people who are more successful are the people who focus on relationships, not just doing the job, but building that relationship, building that, and knowing that every single person you deal with is different. You can't treat everybody the same. You have to have that feeler and realize that maybe your energy is rubbing that person wrong. You know, I know myself, I'm very extremely hyper energetic, and I can see, you know, I'm a good judge of character. Like, I can instantly see when I'm overbearing on someone. Like, I can see it. Oh shit, maybe I don't care. I'll take the curse. If you didn't hear that up there, I'll take it. But
you didn't even ask for a reprieve.
I just really because it's not even worth it. I'll take the day.
I was gonna say it wasn't.
Thank you. It wasn't worth it either. But no, it's important that people realize that, like, you have to build relationships with people, and you got to learn how to read the person you're dealing with, man, and know that you might be too much for somebody. Don't take that. Like, I don't get offended when I see that I'm too much for someone, because we're all different. We'll have different tolerances for different things, and you should just be able to be a good read and say, all right, let me tone myself down while this guy's here, just because I can see that it's too much for that person. And that's going to better your relationship with that person, instead of saying, F him, I am who I am, and this is me. That's childish behavior. You know what I mean? Right. You have to adapt to the surroundings that you're in, and you can't always be, you know, obnoxious or whatever it is. That can still be the soul of who you are, but learn when to use it, when not, and that's important. Building them relationships and learning how to deal with different type of people.
Yeah, some of the producers I've seen work with some of my friends who are in bands, like, they've always been like able to get on the same wavelength and be able to become their biggest cheerleader. Like, hey man, that was great. All right, you know, let's take this back. Or why don't you say it in this cadence? Or why don't you say this? Like, and once you can get on that wave of being able to pull anything out of them, you know, they can pull the best. You know, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? And that's some of the energy I love seeing, when, like, there's that mutual respect between the artist and producer, and you just start to see the results in the music, and you hear them. You know,
I'll tell you what, some artists would probably get intimidated by some of the producers, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Depending, because I mean, there's been times I've been in the room with people that I was like, oh, damn, I'm in the room. I got to do a verse in front of this person who I look up to, like going and doing stuff with Dre. Like, when he invited me on to, I think it was the first one was Group Therapy, right? With RBX, KRS-One, Nas, who was like everyone's favorite at the time, and who else was on that? There was somebody else I'm missing. Nas, RBX, KRS-One, and myself.
Yeah, it's all four.
It's four. Yeah, Group Therapy is what they called it. Going and doing that session and, like, spitting my verse in front of Dre for the first time was one of the most nerve-wracking things ever. Because I'm trying to get it right. I want to one take it, but it's not happening for me. I'm stumbling on words because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
And he talked me down. He was like, "Hey, it's all good, man. Let's just, let's take time, get it right. If we got to punch it, cool." And I was like, if we got to punch it, cool. And it eased me up, because then I didn't feel like I had to be so perfect. If where I got it clean, he would keep that and then go. Like any other producer, if you really like to take, you keep that and then you try to, But if you're one of them one of them producers, I want the whole one take. Don't give me no punch.
Bring it. Yeah.
If I want punch, I'll go to the store and buy some. But like, yeah, man, he eased me up with that and say, hey, it's all good. You ain't got to get it in one take. Let's just get it right. I'm like, because I was like, it wasn't as seasoned as I am now. I wouldn't get nervous going and doing a verse in front of him like I was back then, because this is the first time I'm in a studio with dude, and I'm like, oh, damn. And with what's his name, Brendan O'Brien.
Ooh, yeah, that's an OG right there.
Oh, when we did Prophets of Rage, and I was like, oh my God, it's Brendan O'Brien.
Brendan O'Brien.
And he was dope to work with.
He's done some things.
He's done things. I was like, to get to work with a guy like Dre, and obviously Dre, but Brendan O'Brien on the rock side.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was everything. But I learned a lot from Brendan there, and but I was also open to anything he was saying. Like if I was doing too much, he would tell me, "Hey, you're doing too much. Let's just simplify right here." Blah blah blah. Cool. Adjust, and you learn things because I was making beats too. In that time, we're all in the studio. I'm making beats too, so like I'm like a sponge with that. I will like take the advice and apply it somewhere. And man, just getting to be around those dudes as an artist. So like that's what I'm saying on the intimidation side of an artist. Going in with some producers, like I would imagine you guys get that with some of these young artists, where like when they recognize who the hell and what the hell you've done, they're like, oh, I got to be on my game. And they might be trying too hard on that first.
Yeah.
Right.
How many times have you come across that?
Well, I think, like people be overthinking.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. So it's like they don't even know. Like it's funny when we got in the studio with Dr. Dre. If say someone is in the hallway singing, if it sounds dope, he's gonna be like, "Yo, go in there and lay it." Most people, they're not thinking like that. They're thinking like what Be Real said, it has to be perfect.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that it is a lot of pressure. That's why it's good to hang out with somebody before you make music. That first introduction, is kind of the
like it breaks the ice.
That breaks the ice, and it either can make it a great thing or a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, they might be having a bad day that day, or even like playing people beats. Like we had to learn, like it's not that the beat isn't good; it's just the time was wrong.
The time was wrong,
and we had to learn. That was something we had to learn. Working with artists. So like now we just kind of go with the energy. Whatever the energy is, that's usually what it's gonna be.
Hey, have you ever came across that where you played an artist the same beat, but like at a different time he didn't like it, and then he loved it the next time he heard it?
That always happens.
That always happens to us.
Yo, man, I ain't feeling that one. 2 months later, yo, where did this come from?
Or we'll play that same beat for somebody else and he'd be like, "You never played me that."
Like,
yes, I played you that yesterday.
Yeah, once it's popping, they say, "Why didn't you play that?"
Yeah, exactly.
Or they may, it's like you said, it depends on what day they received it, right? The day they received it, they might not have had the energy for it, right? But when they see someone else receiving it and it's that day that they definitely got it, they're like, wait a minute, I missed something. But they don't ever want to admit that. They'll say, hey, you never played me that one. Oh, yes, I did.
Because we don't know. We feed off the artist. So when we play music, majority of the time, producers is gonna play what they think the artist wants, and then majority of the time when we get in the studio, the artist be like, "Yo, play some other shit."
Now I know
then we get confused, and it's like, "What?" Oh, it's like
I know this happens to producers that give rappers folders. Has it ever happened to you that they picked the beat that you were least excited about that you made? Has that ever happened to you?
The beat that we was least excited
Let's
about?
just say you made a folder, right? And you had your categorized to the top ones that you like, that you could totally hear them on, or she, and they picked the ones that you just were like, okay, I'll throw this on, but this is not it.
I think that's happened. Like a lot of times the artist picks the beats we don't expect them to pick.
Right.
Like and they'll do like a full record and they'll make the beat actually sound tight.
Yeah.
Just because the song is dope.
Because it's the way they received it.
Yeah.
Right? And they may some artists have the ability to add to the song, where other artists need the song to add to them.
Yeah.
They need the song built around them, whereas other artists can bring a simple song to life, or maybe something you weren't thinking was like, well, I don't know about that one. And then they do something special to it.
Yeah.
To uplift it in a way. I mean, because I feel like Eminem's that guy. Like he's made some beats that were they were cool, much better, because just his ability to flip.
Make the song,
So you could give him a simplified beat and he would destroy it.
Yeah.
And make it sound more.
Yes.
But on the other end, he had some hot ass beats that he totally killed too. So you know what I mean. He had the best of both worlds. But yeah, some artists just get they plug in a different way, and as a producer, you never know what that's gonna be unless you do it from scratch, right?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's always hard because I know a lot of artists are like they want to be in and out unless they're like totally into the whole construction of it and the repetitive nature of hearing the beat come to life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which most of us aren't. Just give us the beat.
Yeah.
Let's get at it.
How do you know like when you like a beat? Like, yeah, this is it.
For me, it's always been the vibe. Like if it just there's got to be something about it. Like if it's telling me something, right? Like, because usually, you hear a lot of beats. There's a lot of beats that people make that are dope, but for some reason, an idea might not come to you. And I always rely on that. I'm not trying to create the idea on top of the beat. I'm trying to let the beat tell me what the idea is. There's a few times where I've had that, where I've had the idea first and I had to find the beat for the idea, like Rock Superstar. That was a idea that I had in my head for like 2 years before Muggs gave me the music that I felt matched up for it. And same thing with Stoned is the Way of the Walk. Like I had the rhyme in my head first, and then I heard a beat that Muggs, I believe, and I don't know if this is like 100% facts, I think he was going to give it to Latifah. And I was like, nah, he never told me it was Latifah. He said a female rapper, but like he was doing low-key work with Latifah here and there. So I was like, now placing it together, I think that's where it was going. But I was like, nah, let me have that. I got a rhyme that's for that, upon my hearing this beat. But a lot of time, the beat's got to talk to me. The beat's got to be telling me, hey, this is it right here. If it doesn't, I pass on it, no matter how dope it might be to everybody else. Right. Like someone might be telling me, hey man, that beat so-and-so played, you got to get on that. But if I'm not feeling the same way they are, I cannot jump on your vibe in that moment.
Right.
Like, cause it's got to speak to me.
Yeah.
And so I rock with the beats that speak to me. A lot of times when people hit me up for collaborations these days, they'll be like, hey man, we want to, like, can you send me the beat first? Because I want to hear it to make sure that I'm cool with it. I want to be one of those things where, like, I said yes, and then I'm like, oh, man, I ain't feeling this.
Yeah,
Because then I know I'm not going to give 100%.
100%,
And I always want to give 100%. As an artist, you should always want to give 100.
Right.
But we let ourselves get talked into shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, why? Has that happened to y'all as producers? Someone said, "Hey, work with my boy," and then you heard his skill set was like, oh, in that Chatsworth studio, Mello brought a chick to me that he thought could have got on. Like that she was trying to get. She was trying to get a deal in things, right? And me, I try to lower the boom softly. I try not to kill a dream. You know what I mean? But she came in with a demo, and I was like, nah, this ain't it. I said, hey, who's your favorite rapper? And in my head, I thought Bahamadia is who she's gonna say. And she sure enough said Bahamadia, because I could totally tell by her style she was trying to like snipe Bahamadia's style, but not in a good way, right? She wasn't on beat. She was very off. But who knows? Right now, she'd probably be a star. I mean, with the way people accept mediocrity these days. But I was trying to tell her, like, hey, look, you should go back and try doing this on the beat. And aside from Bahamadia, who's your other favorite rapper? She said, oh, I love DJ Quick. I said, boom. Okay, look, I want you to try this. Just try it, right? Not saying this is going to be a song or nothing, but just try it. Look, go and find your favorite DJ Quick song and copy the style of his writing right there. And then come back to me with something like that. Because I just wanted to hear her voice on this particular style, right? She comes back with none of that. Like I told, because like her projection was real stiff and weird, so I said try talking your voice like in the sexy style, like talking the rap instead of, and she totally misjudged what I said. The lines were like mad corny. It was like, oh my God. I was like in search for words to tell her, you know, like, hey, I think maybe you should take a year and like write songs and practice and perform these songs before you go record a song. You know, I think because you need a little bit of work. I was honest with her. I said, I asked you to do this, but you did this over here, and I would not play this for my friends. Oh, she did not like that. She stormed the fuck out.
Oh man.
I never said she was whack. I was thinking it the whole time, like, oh man, she's whack. But I didn't want to destroy it. I said, look, just go work on it for a year. Write some songs, find other rappers that you like. And see, you know, like what in between, because like when you do that, when you go and as a rapper go and like write a style like somebody else, you find your own pocket in there somewhere. And that's what I was hoping would happen for her, but it was in reverse. It was like, oh, I know that's had to have happened to you guys at some point. Somebody put someone on, and you were like, oh, why are we doing this?
More than you would think.
I know. Yeah.
Man.
Well, you know, we hear what's happening because of that, right? Like the state of some of the artists that are out right now. Not all of them. There's a lot of dope artists. Let me say that because I'm not a hater. You guys know I fucks with new music as well as
always
my generation. That's always the way I've been. So there's a significant amount of dope shit out there, young artists killing it. No matter what style you like, there's dope shit and there's trash. There's a lot of trash too, though.
Yeah.
And that's because people have allowed mediocrity like that to come in, and for a bag, someone will make an introduction, you know, and then leave you like having to be like, oh man, we got to work this. How do we do this?
Oh yeah.
And it's tough. And the funny thing is people accept it. You hear a lot of whack shit get on and a lot of streams, maybe not a lot of record sales. And speaking of, 13 times for you, huh?
Congratulations.
13 times Platsies.
Nice.
For Nipsey's joints, right? For the stuff you guys did with Nipsey.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations on that, guys.
Appreciate that.
How did that feel when you heard the certification? Because that's certified. That's not just talk.
Yeah.
That's certified.
Official.
With the plaques right here. So there you guys go. Looking tall, boy. Get out of here. Ooh, listen, that looks like a championship belt right there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We just won. 13 times platinum. Rest in peace, Nipsey, man.
Yeah.
Y'all did some great work there, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was awesome that people, you know, that resonated with people in a different way.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost them, but you know, we got that work in. You guys got that work in. That was awesome.
Oh, for sure.
Musically, where do you want to experiment with? Where do you want to try to go? You know, for like new potential stuff.
I mean, we just want to make classic music like constantly. You know, I know that takes time because even working with Nip, Victory Lap took a long time to make. You know, so to make a classic is just, you know, patience, and we want to continue that for our legacy as producers. Definitely want to make classics for sure.
And you got to take your time and do it right.
Yeah.
I would say we definitely I think music is wide open right now for us to experiment and do new things, and like us working with house shoes has opened up our eyes to new things that we're doing. You know, like we're not doing things the standard way that we were told in the music business. You know, now as a producer, we got to kind of kind of perform as like an artist now because no one reads credits.
Right.
So now we're like stepping into new things that, you know, we didn't do. And, you know, that's where we're kind of at in the, I guess you can say what new generation of music was going on. We're just at a place where we can experiment now. Like music is a wide open place with everybody being able to have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at a place where we can, you know, showcase our talent in other ways outside of, you know, hip hop.
Hey, let me ask you this. Wouldn't it be dope if Spotify were to, you know, have that part of the, you know, have that part of the album that's missing now because it's digital, the stuff you used to see on like the physical copy. Like, you know how like Spotify has the verses that roll down as the song goes?
Yeah, Apple does too.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the end, it would be dope if you saw the credits in that spot there, right? Like, oh, you know, all the shout outs, the credits, the producers, the writers, you know, to give people game on this music, because like losing the physical copies and going straight digital, that's the part that gets lost. The credits of everybody who had something to do with that album.
When you bought a tape, you know, the first thing you usually did was unfold and not everybody gave you their lyrics, but the ones that did was great. You had lyrics in there, and there was everything else of your artwork, like that I miss about. Like you missed that part of
the artwork, showing the physical artwork.
Tower work, waiting at Tower Records and
in
Warehouse.
line.
That,
There
like,
you go,
that
man.
or sampling the music, like that meant something.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a lot of value to that. I think people have devalued the music. That's why some of the music is trash, because it got devalued.
True that.
And like I remember, you know, to get in the studio with a major artist was impossible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even seeing a major artist, like being able to see someone like Be Real or Exhibit, like you had to really be good at what you did to be in that circle. And I think now that got confused with Instagram and Twitter, and everybody can do music now.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's like one of our goals is to bring, you know, we call it the quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You know,
Dope.
Let's keep more quality than, you know, quantity.
You know what's crazy that you mentioned that, because it makes total sense, right? It's likened to sports, right? You have the pro league, the amateur league, and you know, semi and all that stuff, right? And people are working their way up constantly to get to play in the pros, right? And that's sort of how it was for a time in music. Like you know, to be considered a pro, you had to go through a number of things, pay a certain amount of dues, and people to give you the stamp, and that shit is lost now, because technology has made it to where anybody could make music. You don't need anybody's stamp. You don't even need to be on a label. You could just go.
You don't need a voice. All you need is tattoos on your face and some auto-tune.
Well,
You're a rapper,
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
For real.
And the process, you know, the process of being like, you used to have to, if you were doing a project, you had to, and you wanted to get it to DJs, you would have to record it, press it, either on vinyl or CD. And that costs money, you know, and then you would have to know who to get it to get your song to blow up. Now you just press one button and it's all over the world.
What's crazy is a lot of hip hop producers learned about a lot of different music genres through the artist sampling. And they're some of the most educated motherfuckers about music.
Yes.
And they could teach people about this, right? But nobody ever like thinks to be like, hey, we should do, you know, roundtable discussions with these hip hop producers and let's talk about some of this stuff. Because I mean, you know, hey, hip hop is made from every genre possible, and it's owned, like, you know, from seed to sale.
Yeah.
Type, you know, analogy, right? Like there's producers that don't sample now because it's gone away from that, obviously, because of publishing, and it like diminishes your publishing as a producer. And they're doing more creative things now without having to sample another record. It's the way that hip hop has evolved now, and the way that you know. But the one thing that is always bothersome is when you get some of these MCs that get put on, they cannot keep a beat. The wordplay is but the beat is dope. And they're winning with that.
Saving them, yeah.
The beat.
And they're slapping them. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy. It's just the standards are low right now, unfortunately. But it's always a cycle with music. You know, sometimes there's like really dope shit up at the top popping off, and then there's the trash that now then gets up there and
I think now more than ever, because marketing, like the marketing of the person, is so much more important than back then. It was the music, right? You didn't really see the person as much. Like you guys were saying, you didn't even have the availability to see those people. You just heard what you heard. So you could sell good music just on good music. Now is, can you sell that person to the world? Can they stay relevant in the with young people? Do they connect in other ways where it didn't matter before that? It was just, can you rap? Are you good? And that's all that mattered. And now it's like, those people stay.
It went from can you rap to can you write a song?
Yeah.
Because you know, because realistically, you know, if the rapper's dope, but if he cannot write a song, then it's just
art.
It's just a rap.
Yeah.
And then you got to get someone in there to help him learn how to structure how to write a song. A lot of us go through that unless you got a producer who knows.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've never written a song. So look, this is the way it goes, right? And you break it down to you. We need 4 bars of this, 16 or 8 or 12 bars of this, and like, you know, breaking it down. And a lot of rappers don't know them bars at first.
Right.
The structure of how it'll go, you know, until they get with a producer who helps them learn structure. It happened to me, same thing. Like I would write these 32-bar verses and some little quick ass chorus right here and be like, no, that's not it. That's not it right there.
The sad part about that is, though, there's so many talented people with way more talent, but they're not marketable. So they don't get the exposure.
Yeah.
They don't blow up. And you're like, man, you hear him at a party, you're like, how is this dude not crushing it? Because the talent is just raw talent. And that person, you could tell, you look at him, you're like, they can't sell him. So that's why he's not out there. And that's sad.
That's the sad part of our industry is that like some really talented people that would be fucking superstars if they were slightly more marketable, they don't get on.
Yep.
They just don't get on. It's crazy. I've seen it happen to some people that were like, how are you not like
a superstar?
Crazy.
Yeah. And but that's the game. It's the politics, and it's like, you know, also if they feel they could sell you.
Yeah, that's why you have people like Tekashi. Like, look at this dude. Like, come on, man. But somebody saw marketing play with him. That's my point. Like,
like marketing was genius.
Exactly. They looked at this clown.
Say what you will about this
it's
guy.
It's true, but they looked at him and said, yo, look at this clown, but we could sell this clown. And it's true, and they did. It's a fact, man. And look at it. Even as hated as he is, he's still making money. You know, as he puts tracks out.
Well, you know, he said he used to be a video camera guy.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, really?
So he understands.
He understands
the marketing and promo.
Yeah.
He was the video guy recording the rapper.
He soaked up game.
He soaked up game.
I
So he
can't
knew
even
the
look at that
shots.
picture, bro.
It's-
I want
it's-
to punch the
it's-
screen
it's-
right now.
It's tough.
I
It's
swear.
tough to know that people accepted it. But listen, I want to say this about dude. In spite of what you might think of him, it was genius, that rollout. And he only ever put out singles. He never put out an album like, you know, leading up to all the stuff. He was just putting out songs and winning on each song, pretty much.
Yeah.
He was.
And not for nothing, he wasn't that bad of a rapper. I mean, I've heard worse dudes get on.
True. He's just a clown.
You know, it's just
A rap.
his image was hard to get around. I think if his image was slightly softer, people would accept it. But like, it's so loud and obnoxious and abrasive and all these things that
He took it another level higher that we wasn't trying to see. We
Right.
didn't bring it.
Yeah. Agreed.
right.
Whoa.
But he played the whole industry. He played it like perfectly.
Yeah.
Had he not been arrested the week of his album coming
He'd
out,
still be popping.
he would be
yeah.
popping.
He'd still be popping.
Yeah.
But, you know, things happened, and unfortunately, you know.
Well, and you think about it, a lot of dudes in the time that he was popping, they're not so popping right now.
No.
I mean, do you think that he someone like that is going to be able to bounce back after all that bad press and.
We'll see.
Well, he's
Negative
been.
stuff.
He
bouncing.
is. That's the
Keeps
thing.
I mean,
bouncing
but
back.
I mean, it's not like it was before.
No,
or
it's
is
not
it?
like it was before. He's got to come with something super special, something like undeniable. And does he have that in him? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so. But
I mean,
tell
I'll
you-
say this: I don't think anybody thought he had it in him to get the run he had to begin with.
And when he came out, bro, homie was breaking records for the most
was
live
doing some
viewers.
numbers.
Like he goes
Yeah.
live,
Yeah.
and there's 1 million people on there.
Yeah,
So
his social media thing was undeniable.
Oh, yeah, his
Right?
social
For sure.
media.
That was way better than the music. I mean, that just like
Yeah.
but that's what he is. You know what
That
I'm
was-
saying? That's what he is as social media.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys about this record you guys got on House Shoes of Street Corner Music. Is this the first record you guys have put out like as Mike and Keys, like, or is this?
Well, this is our first vinyl we've put out as Mike and Keys.
Yeah,
This is the
that's
first
dope.
time that we've had someone like House Shoes actually take our music and construct it, put it together. Like, you know, for us being producers and making beats, sometimes we're all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So producers need A&Rs too.
Right.
Hell
and executives to put the stuff together. So we've always looked up to House Shoes. So this meant a lot to us putting this project together. So for him to come and take some beats that we did and put it together means a lot to us, you know,
Yeah.
and have it on vinyl. This is our first vinyl on Street Corner Music, and you know,
Yeah.
everything.
Hey, man, there's layers to putting out a record, right? Or putting out an album. And, you know, information like what comes from House Shoes is invaluable, you know, but there is a process, just like, you know, us as the writers and performers on the record, we get direction from the producers get direction from the A&R, the A&R gets you know, suggestions and all that from like the head of that department, and on up it goes. It's all a process, and but everybody has to work together within their layers, and that's what makes sometimes what makes dope records is when people know their lanes and are great at it. Not all the time you got that. Like sometimes let you be on a label, man, and there's just some people that don't know what the fuck they're supposed to be doing, and shit falls through the cracks and project goes to hell.
Yes.
But when you got the right team, man, it like gets the right push. If it's that shit, man, it gets out there.
Hey, and Shoes can pick out that shit.
He
I'll
can.
say. His ear.
He got
is-
ears.
Yeah,
He
his
should
ears
be
are
called
the best.
ears, house ears,
No.
because he could hear that shit, son.
maybe that was a consideration, but House Shoes it flows better.
It sounds better.
It
Yes,
sounds
House
better.
Shoes sounds much gangster, much more gangster.
How'd y'all link up with Shoes?
A producer named Phonics that we started our group with. His brother Phonics, Phonics' brother, produced on Farside, LAJ.
Yeah, LAJ.
So that was like our introduction, and we met House Shoes at a Phonics' birthday party, and obviously we already knew who he was. Jay Dilla is our favorite producer of all time, so we was already tapped in. So we just built a relationship, and like we was just like, man, he invited us to his crib, and you already know he blasted our face with the music and samples and everything that we love that inspires us. So from then, you know, he put this project together, and we was like, man, like he did this like a year ago, and to see it come out now is like, man, you know, to have it all the way, you know, fall through. You know, this is everything.
That's awesome. Congratulations on that, man.
Yeah. What? How old? Like from what year to what year are these beats from? Are they all new or are they all recent?
They're like a mixture, a mixture of just new and old. Just some of these beats is like from 2014.
dope.
That's dope. But nobody's heard them, so they're fresh to the
Yeah,
world.
they
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah, they're fresh to the world.
That's the good thing. Because like sometimes, you know, as a producer, when you live with the beat so long, sometimes you think, man, I don't know if this is. But when fresh ears hear it, that'll tell you everything. Like some people might react the way, again, you wouldn't expect them to react for certain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing when you sit on beats.
Yeah.
You get so used to them. Oh man, I don't know if I should play them this. I want to play them newer. And stuff. But then when they hear the old stuff, like, hey, what's up with that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, play that one again.
Yeah, and we learned in the process that like we took a step back in doing this, and like I respect what it is to be an artist, and putting a project together is not difficult. I mean, is very difficult.
It's
A very difficult thing. So for House Shoes to do this is like, man, like we told him, let's just keep it rolling. We're just going to be doing a collab series of this for a long time.
Well, I'm glad to see my peoples all working together, man.
Yes.
It's awesome. And I can't wait to hear that. Word up. It is now time, baby.
Time for submissions. 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 Time for submissions.
Fired up, boys. All right.
All right, we got a bunch of submissions in today. First one's up of the day. We got Dean Jones up in here, and he's saying he had a heat wave in Australia the other day, so they made some margaritas.
That'll cool off the heat wave.
When called for, absolutely.
But if you go outside, you're going to sleep. You better stay in your air-conditioned room with these margaritas, because the minute you go outside, battery's low.
It's summertime out there, right?
Yeah, summertime.
Man, it's just like those people like in Vegas, like can be all hot out there and they're drinking by the pool and in the pool and everything like that. How do you think that you're not gonna be like fucked up?
Well, because what people fail to realize when they drink in like the heat, right? If you go outside after having a margarita, you better drink some water before you go outside, because that's what causes that dehydration, that low battery. There's a lot of sugar in a margarita with the alcohol and the other contents that you're making the margarita with. And Dom, the Dominator, could tell you this. It's a lot of sugar, and sugar dehydrates you along with the alcohol. So if you was to go outside, drink some water.
Yeah.
And we got IRL Center up in here saying that we got some Thai fried rice with some chicken teriyaki and homemade chili oil.
That's a fire.
Yeah.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah, see,
Right?
this is what they do to us, right? They torture us like this. This is the part of the show. Like, y'all were there in the beginning when we used to do this on Stickam. They didn't torture us like this. These are some torturous bastards over here, but I love them.
I'm trying to figure out how they got the multicolored rice, meaning, like, did you cook two separate batches and then mix them together? See what I mean? Because you got white rice that you could tell is not touched. No,
Maybe they just
or
didn't
just put some soy. That's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of soy then.
sprinkles of soy,
Let's soy it
That's
up.
not sprinkled, man. There's more soy than white.
dousage.
And you douse it.
Douse, a little
Delicious, but some sodium right there, man.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
My face.
Gotta drink a lot of water.
Wow.
Flush that out.
Lot of- Word up.
Talk about water, double all day. Get yourself a jug.
Damn.
And next up in here, we got Abnormal Mother TV, and she's saying, hey, everyone at BREALTV, wanted to say thanks again for the Cali Vibes Fest tickets. It was my first time winning a contest and going to a reggae hip-hop festival. I had an amazing time, and it was a great way to recover from getting my ass kicked at the Anthrax concert on Friday night. And I was able to pick up the set list.
The set list. This set list had great momentum right here. Okay, so Lord rips for 10 minutes, which he did. Then the weed medley consisted of Roll It Up, Light It Up, We Ain't Going, no, I Want to Get High, sorry. Want to Get High. Dr. Greenthumb, Hits from the Bong, into the Shit, the Hand, and the Pigs. Into Dipping in the Low-Low, talking that Latin lingo after drinking a tequila sunrise, and then enjoying a drum solo, accompanied by a DJ. Into Illusions, into the fuck set, Ain't Going Out, Kill a Man, Rockstar, insane. And the tribute Jump Around, the most explosive song of all time.
Want to discuss that?
It's up to you if you
I'm
want to
curious.
discuss that.
I thought it was a little weird that, Snoop did Jump Around, which is something that you guys have been closing your shows with for, I don't know, 2 years now. Almost.
Probably
At
4.
least 4 years? At least.
5.
Wow.
I've seen Snoop close, or I've seen him perform it, not close with it, but I've seen him perform with it.
Oh, you have,
Yeah, I've
huh?
seen him do it.
We've closed with it since 2016.
There you go.
Right on.
Because we were doing it with Cypress and Prophets of Rage.
Hell yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people started doing it too.
Yeah.
But we're tributing our brother's House of Pain, so it's all good. He got run yesterday or on Saturday. He got run. He got double run on both big stages. Because I know Snoop had an army of people watching him, and we had an army of people watching us, and jump around.
It was a dope night.
It was definitely dope.
Dope night of music, man.
I heard he had a onesie on, a blue rag onesie.
Yep, he sure did.
All right.
He walked out. He said, "I'm home." I was like,
Yeah, because he is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Long Beach.
yeah, that's it.
I mean, LBC, son.
There's so much drama in the LBC.
Not that night. It was so much players and enjoyment.
Yeah.
Great
High-
energy, man.
Highness,
Hell yeah.
elevation, mushrooms.
Yes, plenty.
Oh, I didn't know much. I didn't know
should've
Cali
known I was
Blaze was
smiling.
melting.
Yeah, we did.
Didn't know Cali Blaze was melting at the
Big time.
Shout out to Cali Blaze because he helped do some intros that you're gonna see coming online very soon in regards to Cali vibes. And I gotta say, man, he was game. Whether he was,
I'll say this: in spite of the melt that you might have been having, you kept it together. That's OG,
man.
that's pro shit, right?
Had to.
there. Respect.
smiling like crazy. It was great.
He's a pro.
I've seen people melt and they got to run for the hills, bro.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen people literally like give it to him. They're like, "Yo, I'm out, man. I gotta go." They couldn't handle what was happening there. Like, "Yo, I'll see you tomorrow." Like, I can't do this right now.
9.
No, you know what? That's the good thing about mushrooms. No matter how strong it is, if you just embrace whatever you're feeling, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Don't fight against.
Don't
it.
fight it,
Don't
man.
fight it.
Like you can actually just wind up laughing at how fucked up you are. Like that's what I find every time myself.
That's what happens to most people is
Right?
that like they fight against the feeling and they're like don't want it,
Yeah.
even though you took it.
Right.
You don't want it,
Right.
and then like, come on, man, just embrace it. You'll feel so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. I
too.
think even when we did the bowling thing, at first I was kind of like, nah, I don't want to do it. And then you looked at me, you said, same team. And I was like, all
What?
right, dude. And then I instantly wanted to do it. And then we just had a blast.
Yeah.
There
You
you
gotta
go.
mentally embrace
That's right. You got to mentally embrace it. It's like if you get on a roller coaster, right? If you're gonna enjoy the ride if you mentally embraced it before you got on. But if you're like, nah, before you got on, you're gonna hate
it.
it.
Hate every second.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got David up in here saying, shout to the whole crew and everybody. I had a great weekend and I stopped by the Greenthumb booth and even took a photo with Pedro. Thank you guys so much for the giveaway tickets.
I gotta say, Cali Vibes presentation, sick with it, man. Sick with it. I mean, those screens are ridiculous.
They were.
I could see none of it as it was going down. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it. You know, I gotta look forward to the crowd.
Yeah.
So I don't see none of that until I see photos after it. I was fucking impressed on their presentation. I was like, goddamn,
It was
Cali,
dope.
Cali Vibes.
I walked
And the
out.
vibe.
I gave you a shout out. You heard that, right?
No, I didn't. What? I know. They told me. I was so high, man. I didn't.
It was during the Get High songs.
That's what I heard, man. I was like,
I think it was Roll It Up, Light It Up or something.
I swear I was so high, and they were like, you didn't hear it? I was like, I was crushed because I probably would have, shit my pants when I heard it. What are you from? Oh, I was
that's
cursing.
because you said shit your pants.
Yeah,
that would have been an
definitely
L right there.
Definitely, but much respect.
You
Thank
heard it,
man.
Bobo, right?
I heard it.
Oh no, I know it was her.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Blaze and I saw his eyes like twitching and everything like that, and him enjoying every bit of it. You know, that's when you know that you're a real Portal master, when it really looks like you're going through it and you're enjoying
still
going through
enjoying
it.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, oh, my eyes are twitching, but I love love this shit.
I believe the term was his eyes were fluttering.
Fluttering.
It's
Yeah,
fluttering.
they do. They
Flutter,
actually-
that's
like
the flutter.
wings.
Like the wings of a butterfly.
Right.
They were
Fluttering.
fluttering. Or, see that? Poetry. Next.
And we got Heebie Jeebie up in here saying dope ass show at Cali Vibes and even ran into E Zone.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Same team.
The balloon master. Yes. Because he does balloons. You know what balloons are, yeah? Like the whippets, like
Nit-
pipe
oh,
whippet,
no, the
nitrous.
nitrous
yeah.
hits.
Oh, he makes those.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like whippets, but with, the balloon.
Yeah,
Kind
he's a fan of it.
Yeah, he's a fan. Well, was. He's
Yeah.
he's off now.
He's on vacay from it.
He's on vacay. All right, next.
And we got Von Dubious up in here saying nothing but positive and good vibes at Cali Vibes. And thanks to Be Real TV for the tickets.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a winner. That's right.
You was a winner.
Yep.
You enjoyed, and we love that you enjoyed that, man. We were glad to be able to provide that vibe to you via Cali Vibes, and thank you to Cali Vibes for giving us those tickets to be able to give to our fans here.
Yeah, he's got that
Look
high
at
hungry
that.
shirt.
Mm,
That's a dope ride.
he's representing.
Oh, look at
Dope. Hey, he's with Bolton.
Oh, yeah.
Word up.
The Bolternizer was in the house.
Shout out to everyone from the Insane Asylum that made the trip. It was cool running into a bunch of people.
Yeah, word. There was a lot of people there.
who drove out. Someone drove out from Colorado.
Gabriel Gonzalez, him and his wife,
Hey.
he drove out from Colorado 17 hours.
Hey, and that's much love to my man right here because he did exactly what we asked him to do. He was a winner. We asked him to get, show his experience
Yep.
of Cali Vibes, and thank you for that, man. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Because we want to know about your experience. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I got a little Cali Vibes video created by Ray and Javi Lopez, I believe.
Let's go, son.
It's just no audio.
Oh,
Why?
I don't know. That's what I was told.
Whose audio is it?
That's red and meth.
man.
No, there's just no audio on the video. That's
Oh, okay. They ran it before they put some audio
Yep.
on it.
There, see,
I was just trying to provide a vibe for you. I'm sorry.
you
If
did
I,
that.
if I could only human beatbox, I would. Probably not, because then I get this mic all fucked up.
Man,
No.
yeah.
Ugly. Next.
And let's see. Next up in here, we got Megan, and she's saying, thank you guys so much. Got some of that Cypress Hill and funky gear.
Damn. That's a lot. Nice with the Funko.
Hell yeah.
Got an insane funky field tip collection right there, man.
Come on.
Yeah, Megan.
Megan ain't playing. Look at that.
Dude, beautiful.
Like chess pieces on a board.
I was telling them earlier, Be Real, I was one of the first people to have one of those funky field
Yeah.
tips when you had the sample at the studio.
That's right.
Fat.
That's right. I had the prototypes
Yeah.
over at that studio. I had like maybe 10 of them, and then I lost most of them or broke a couple because they're prototypes. But
Mhm.
game changers, as we all know here.
Were they different back in the day or not?
No, they're well, they're
Yeah,
slightly
they were
different.
they were a little thinner.
Yeah, they were slightly thinner. It was like cheaper glass because they were prototypes. But yeah. What were we gonna
Was
say?
this through Roar or before?
No, that was through Roar.
Okay.
Those were like the first. The guy who ended up making them for and with Roar for us,
Mm-hmm.
he blew the first his people blew the first prototypes for us, and they were on thinner glass. When we solidified the deal, whatever Roar glass used for theirs, which was some sort of Pyrex or it was like a thick glass. We started using that glass.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. And so it's been that way ever since. And these guys were right there. That was
Yep.
like what, 2010 or something like that?
No, it's 2009.
Oh,
2009, yeah.
Yeah.
I started Be Real TV in 9 and Funky Phil Tip, so around the same time. Just a few months, like staggered like that. I came back from Amsterdam that year. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Next.
We got Heebie Jeebie up in here rocking the Insane Asylum hoodie.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Nice.
He grew his hair,
Yeah,
man.
you got a flowing mane going there.
Like
Yellowstone.
that's pretty fast because he was bald headed, like
Word.
I feel like barely 6 months ago. There's no way he got his wig.
Is that real?
Yeah, bro.
Is this a real head of hair?
Come on, man, with that perfect part right in the middle.
Or is this, like, because I wore a wig this weekend that looked pretty goddamn natural.
Yeah.
Like, salute to the Boltonizer for choosing the right wig up there.
Yeah.
When he went to go get it.
Yeah, heebie-jeebie. He looks like he could have been in the Sabotage video.
He looks
Word.
he looks
What-
like
what
he
is
could
that?
be in a movie with Cheech.
Nathaniel Hornblower. What were the names from Sabotage? Remember, each one of them had stupid names.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was
Yeah.
Nathaniel Hornblower. I'll remember that.
He's
name.
The other guy was Cochise.
Cochise.
He looks
There
like
you go.
Cochise,
Cochise. That was the other one. Cochise.
Gee.
He looks like the dude.
He looks like the dude, the young dude.
Dude vibes.
Style, dude. Big ups, heebie-jeebie.
All right, Hebe.
We got Heebie Jeebie back again, showing off the insane bag and some new rims.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
look at that.
That's a
That print work is pretty fucking awesome, son.
that's a fresh flick.
It is fresh. Take notes.
We got Queso57 up in here saying he's taking some dabs watching the show.
Yes,
As
sir.
you should.
Look at that.
There's no right or wrong way to watch this show, but if I was going to say,
That's one of the right ways.
that's one of the right ways.
And we got a Melody Black up in here saying it didn't turn out that good, but it was sure cold when I did it. Made a little snow angel.
Oh, boy, I know it was cold.
Did you
Doing
have
the-
to do it in the only shadow possible? It's like,
Wow.
I'm just saying, I'm shit.
Right under a tree.
Now you hate snow art, huh?
No, man, I'm just saying it's like hidden in the damn shadow.
Damn.
Callie Warhol.
With it.
No art is safe around Cali Blaze.
No hard to say.
My God.
Oh, man.
And we got Roddy Rod up in here saying got a grizzly bear stealing from the convenience store.
Oh,
What a
hell
scumbag.
yeah.
Look at him. He's like, what
Get
are you
it,
going
Bear.
to do?
He's like, I'm out of here.
He's like,
Yeah,
and
Just let him do it.
You got a
That's
couple
it.
bananas, that's it?
You're not stopping him.
you're not stopping
No
that
way.
Bear.
Oh, he's going to come back. He knows where it's at.
You're going to get out of his way, too.
And that's a little baby bear. You could wrestle him.
Yeah, right.
It's if he brings his mom's back. That's when you're in trouble.
Bro, that guy will fuck anyone up.
He's on this my 7-Eleven now.
Yeah,
See the
he's.
size of their claws? One
He's on-
swipe.
Oh yeah,
He's
but
on one fight him.
He's
no.
done.
No.
He
Nah, he's
could
gonna,
fight him.
He
He's gonna
could, but
lose.
he's gonna lose that.
Dude,
he's gonna get scraped by that claw.
He would quit.
He's gonna take a Nas hit and say, save
Yeah. Nazi Zone versus Cocaine Bear. Who do you think's gonna win?
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear versus Nazi.
Cocaine bear's heart might explode first.
Yeah, if
True
Ezone
that.
could outrun him,
Yeah.
Then
I'm
yeah.
not on Nas. You
Nah, he ain't gonna- he ain't- hey, listen, E-Zone ain't outrunning nothing.
ah,
Oh, it's a deep burn.
deep burn.
Next.
And we got Mama Cass up in here saying, I was so happy with this one until I saw that bend at the end, and then I zoomed in and saw a little speck on my tip.
Still a good roll. Don't worry, Mom.
Okay.
Cassie.
That's
All right,
big
look.
paper though.
Let's go down to the bottom. Get to the bottom of this. All right. Very tight. There's nothing wrong with any of this here. Well, then there's that.
Little blemish.
And then as you go to the neck, you squeezed right there inside. Boom, just slightly. And then you did it again right after
Right
on
there.
that side. And then you squeezed again over on this side, slightly left side. Yep, right in there. And go up. And the rest of the way you were cool. Except for that little dent up at the top. Looks like Aton bumped into it by accident right there.
Oh,
Because he didn't want you to get a 9, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry I bumped into your joint. I'm gonna have to give this a, I don't know, because I already know that the Cali Blaze is gonna shame me for giving you this.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to give this a strong 6.
Oh, no, it's all right.
All right.
I thought you were going to go lower, Mike. Don't do it, man.
I was gonna go
You
lower.
are, I knew it. It's brutal.
It is.
It's brutal.
Soft sex.
It's not bad.
Nah.
It's not bad. You just have a couple of those things, A couple of those things. You work on them knowing that 6 easily turn to a brisket 8. Or, sorry, brisk 8.
Brisket.
I'm hungry, so I said brisket. And I wish I ate. Get it?
Right tip.
Yes.
Those complex jokeries here. All right, next.
And we got Fernando up in here hitting up Lake Tahoe.
Oh, look at that. Is that
right.
snow on the beach?
Yeah, Lake Tahoe is
That's
beautiful.
That's beautiful, man.
You
That
go in
is
winter.
beautiful.
There's a lot of like bald eagles.
Now,
in
like
there
I
and
would,
stuff.
yes, there is. I would not get in any of that water
Why not?
because it's
Freezing.
cold.
Oh, because it's freezing. Okay.
Yeah. Look at
Sure. But I say there's no sharks in there. I'll dive in there. Like I'm in
No,
the lake.
in the summer,
Right.
okay, yeah. It's winter right now. No. It's not even winter, but it's
Snow
cold.
on that. There's snow on that sand
Oh, it's
right
freezing up there right now.
Yeah, I'm not getting in that water unless I'm polar bearing it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
but
I'ma go
in and
to-
out.
Man.
in and out, cool. Like to, close my pores and get the health benefits. Sure,
Stevan does
Maybe.
those ice
but
baths.
there better be 20 of us doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that
Tribble
by
is, the
myself.
tribble is
Same
real,
team.
man. The tribble is real.
I'll
Yeah,
just,
hey,
I'll,
The shrivel is.
I'll just go to the cryo spot and stand in that for 3 minutes. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day over jumping in that water
Cannonball.
because you got to dry off,
Oof.
and then you got to put on your dry clothes.
You got to get out of the water and feel that air.
and feel the air and walk through that snow. No,
Good.
No.
I'll just go to the cryo chamber.
No, thank you.
Let's go.
I was gonna ask, have you ever like played a festival, or do they do festivals over at Lake Tahoe, or have you ever performed over there?
I don't remember ever doing something in Lake Tahoe like a festival.
I have.
How about you, Bobo?
No, I don't remember doing a festival in Lake Tahoe.
You have? See?
I think, yeah.
You think? Yeah.
I think I have played. I mean, I've played. I
Yeah.
played in Tahoe.
A festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
We haven't. Not yet.
it was like an electronic thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, we haven't. No, we have never played. We played shows in Lake Tahoe, but not festivals.
Yes.
Right? Like a club setting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got Brian up in here showing off his little pretty mushroom. He says,
That doesn't sound right or look right, bro.
That'll take you
Yeah, that
somewhere,
looks
though.
like your little pretty mushroom.
But that'll take you somewhere.
Yeah.
We going there. Portal.
Oh wow, that'll do it.
Portal 1, 2, 3.
That'll put you on a
You have to
mission.
break that up before
That'll
you
be
eat
like,
that.
woo-wee.
If you eat
Yeah.
that whole, that's straight sauce.
Yeah.
You got to smush that.
Sauce.
That's sauce right there.
Smush it.
Here, eat this. Nope.
No.
Break that up.
I will
bro.
not grind that shit up.
Right up.
You have
That's
sir.
what I'm saying. I'm not eating that.
Add sauce.
How much do you think that weighs?
Can't tell.
I don't
Look at
know.
his fingers.
That's a good question. Maybe
Be
just
surprised
under
if-
3 grams?
Oh no, less
Or you-
than that.
I would
Less.
say a gram.
Yeah, about a gram. That's
Think
right.
just a
yeah,
gram?
That's it.
I
don't
was
know,
thinking
man.
more like 2.
Nah.
Yeah. Two.
Now look at the size of the tip of his
That
finger.
looks pretty thick, though.
Just the tip.
Yeah, and they're dry
He's
though.
not showing the circumference. He's showing you just a side of it.
Yeah. And what if that?
It looks pretty thick on that bottom.
Okay, I'll give him a 1.5 max.
Okay. That's
We
acceptable.
get, all right, we'll go 1.5.
Yeah, you shame me about joint rape. I'm getting you back right here. You're gonna meet me in the middle right here, buddy. All right, next.
And we got a red boy up in here doing a little advertising for funky field tips and high and hungry at the local burger joint
All right.
Thank you.
out in Virginia.
Jesus.
Represent.
Funky right here. dude.
Food.
Funky bro.
Yeah, this is how they torture us. This is how they do this. You know, they know we're stoners. They're stoners too, but you know, they want to show us the food they be eating and the drink they be drinking.
Yeah.
I love y'all still. All right, next.
And we got Eric Green up in here saying, we were verifying the set list for Slightly Stupid and came across this show. I love that B jumped up next to Bobo and played cowbell.
Oh, this is what I do. I play percussions too. Bobo taught me many moons back, and it's something that stuck because I was always wanting to play drums. So playing percussions was the next best thing, and Bobo gave me game. Now, he only ever gave me 2 lessons, but
That's more than I got. Wow. My dad never gave me any lessons. It just said, here you go.
He just handed you sticks.
Yeah, just handed me sticks.
back in my day, they just put them in front of you, and I
That's
see
it.
what you did there.
Yeah, I did back in my day.
40 miles.
I know. I mean, that puts you in a different age bracket when you're saying, "Oh, back in my day."
Yep. Hey, we were born in the late 1900s. How
Yeah.
about that? That's what they say, the young folks now, to like make us feel old. You were born in the late 1900s.
They say, how was it back in the late 1900s? You're all, what? Excuse me?
It was
I
awesome.
never
How
thought
was
about
awesome.
that?
Late
It was awesome.
1900s.
You
We
missed
didn't have all
out.
the technology. It was a more simpler time.
More simpler time. There you go.
All right,
Man.
next.
And we got this sent in, a guy doing nonstop backflips in Target.
Why?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
What the
Look at
fuck,
that,
man?
That's strength.
Oh, he's
Hell
That,
yeah, man.
that guy's strong,
yeah,
man.
that's a super duper strong.
Oh boy,
Now,
guys.
if he falls and splits his fucking skull,
His
does this
fault.
idiot
He's dizzy.
sue?
no,
I hope not.
no, he can't. No,
not
this is on him.
Right.
Unless he chose a
limber.
spot that was wet.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
There's a water spot.
That's pretty crazy.
It is
is
crazy.
that
That's
is hella
talent,
crazy.
bro. Mad talent.
Yeah, he's limber.
He's limber.
He can.
That's just crazy.
I mean, how do you be? I mean, so many in a row.
Strength, man.
Bam.
This is something he does all the time.
Yeah.
That's one
Part of the
flipping
daily
motherfucker
routine.
right
He's
there.
just landing on one foot, too.
Yeah.
I want
That's-
to see
yeah,
him
that's-
during
Dude.
our show. You know, when we do jump around, I want to see.
Yeah, we got to get him.
Yeah, right.
That'll
Hey,
impress the fuck out of me.
No, man, I don't want him falling off stage doing that. And then, oh man, you see what happened at the Cypress concert last night?
if
Oh
he
boy, flipped off the stage, plummeted to.
kept flipping.
Yeah, nah.
If he's a b-boy and he uses that in his arsenal, oh man, he probably murks.
Oh, he murks people with that.
yeah, he just fucking that's.
Cause ain't nobody doing nothing on the floor.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, there are some that can do some impressive
Stupid
things on the floor that could rival that, but like that's hard to rival.
Facts.
All right.
And then what do you guys think about this hike? Would you guys go on this?
No, you didn't even show me. That.
Hell no.
Absolutely fucking not. Yep. No, that's not even
Oh, yeah.
real. And
Oh,
it's,
and it's
wet.
wet? No.
Yeah, you see the water flying down the stairs. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and it's wet.
Like, no to all of this,
Hell
man.
They're like
Wait.
drenched.
Where's that at?
Not while it's wet.
That's hell, bro. Walking down that.
Not while it's
Is that-
wet. You better have the
That
right
cloud?
Hey, the best was hearing Blake say that's not even real.
Yeah, because look at how fake that looks. Like, it can't be real. What do you mean walk down that?
Oh, that's real, all right.
That could be drier than the Serengeti. I ain't getting on that fucking step. No way. Without the water, I ain't going near that bitch. That's what I mean.
And with the water, less.
Oh hell yeah, I'm
Fuck
doing
no,
it.
That's
man.
so dangerous.
Yep.
No.
I would
Let's
imagine
go.
like going up is not as bad psychologically as trying to come down.
I'd be terrified.
Because
either way.
going up, you're not looking down. You're just going up, following those steps. And
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean, but going down, you could see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you slip, the tumble is not.
Pretty.
It's not survivable.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Well, look, there's a thing down there. It looks like there's some sort of like
Yeah, no.
What that is?
Look how far down that so-called
No,
thing is,
man.
though.
No,
you're gonna
man.
slip on that moss
Yeah, I
right
can't even
there.
look at that shit. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
me either.
There's no harnesses.
I'm-
There's no safety.
No.
There's nada.
No, you're not stopping for a minute.
No,
Ah.
Papa. Me not do this. I don't play with my life.
Nope.
Hey, it'd be what was it, the Goonies, when they had to go down the water slide? You're like, woo!
I mean, if your life depended on it, that's one thing. You will do whatever you got to do to survive. But if you're just doing that,
And that's a water slide. You don't do
Forget it.
nothing but lay on your back and go flying through it. This, you got to trust your balance and all that. Nah, I'd look
well,
down.
you got to do more than
Fall right
anything.
down.
Not just your balance. You got to trust your shoes.
Word.
Whether you got the right shoes on for that particular task right there, because one slip, done.
Vans ain't gonna work.
Vans are
Yeah,
not
Vans
gonna
ain't
work.
gonna work. No. You need something with some traction.
Yeah, like
Cleats.
Something. I don't even know if cleats.
slip with cleats.
I don't
though.
even know if cleats, because that's like water you're dealing with right there.
Yeah, you just need something with
You
grip.
need some sticky.
Some- yeah,
Suction cups on your knees.
Suction cups on your.
Oh my god, that'd be horrible.
Oh man, I don't know what it is, but again, doing it while it's wet like that, nah.
There ain't no goddamn shoe you can give me to make me feel comfortable on that fucking hill. I don't care if they're moon boots, whatever they are. I'm like, nope. I'm not. Just scared. I'd look down and be like, nope, I'm out.
Nah,
And
that's too much. Going up, I could.
I'm not
probably-
going up
I could-
either. You're
I could
ballsier
probably
than me.
go up. Going down, I'd be like, I don't know
I'm
about
done.
going down.
I'm staying here.
Yep.
I would do it.
I
I
live
would
here
do
now.
it if I had to. You know, if I was going, okay, if you stay up here, you're gonna die too. then I would take my chances of going down. Because if you get stuck up there, there's no helicopter coming to get you, man. Done.
Nah.
Unless you got like some really powerful friends.
Oh yeah.
Hey, send the chopper. Get to the chopper.
Yeah, I try my hardest to get down that hill just because.
Not me. I'd throw myself off, save myself. What? I don't want to be scared that long. Like I'm done, and I would just jump. I'll beat you down. That's what I'd say.
You know
beat
what,
you at the bottom.
He'd be like, "It's been good knowing you, cunts."
Exactly. Peace out. You guys, peace. I'll see you at the bottom, and then I'm out.
Cali Blaze comes up with that. It's been knowing you, cunts.
Yeah, with a parachute.
I'm out of here.
He hang glides
You
down.
just stayed up there, and just like people know that you're up there, and they're gonna bring you food or whatnot. I just, you know what? I'm just gonna kick it up here.
Nope. Because I know I don't have a chance of making it down.
It's probably not as bad as portrayed.
No,
but it looked pretty fucked up.
That's
tall.
bad.
That's a tall thing.
Bad,
Yes.
bro.
All right. What else you got?
And that seems to be it.
All right. Thank you for your submissions. Keep them coming to BRealTVcontest@gmail.com. Whatever you got, we'll put it on. Well, not whatever. Play by the rules. All right, we're gonna open up the doors to the Insane Asylum, and we that means you. So if you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion, let's go.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
All right, let's do this. We got Antique Creations up in here saying Mike and Keys always has that dope energy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Show.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
And they're also asking Mike and Keys, do you guys ever experiment with mushrooms?
Yeah.
Nah,
Not yet.
no mushrooms. I'm just weed only. That's it.
That works.
And we got K Fresh Detroit asking, how did Mike and Keys meet, and when did you guys realize you guys were a good team?
We met. Was it 2008?
In 2008 or 2007. Yeah.
That's when we formed Mike and Keys. Was 2008.
Just before you guys came to the studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Right before, yeah.
That's awesome.
And we got J-Max C up in here saying, hey, Bolton, you rocking a lot of blue in that Von Dubious pick.
Yup.
No, it's all purple.
It
There's
is-
no blue in there. It's all
Yeah.
purple.
That is purple.
Purple, yeah.
It just looks blue. Bad lighting.
Just looks purple in the pick.
He said burp.
Purple. If
And we
you
got-
want to say it right, it's purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
And we got White Rhino up in here asking Mike Patton or Maynard Keenan.
Oh, Maynard Keenan? Yeah, it's Mike Patton or Maynard from Tool.
That's what they're asking you?
Yeah.
Or did they ask us?
They're
I didn't
asking
hear that.
you. I think they're asking everyone.
They're asking the table. Who
Oh,
you
the
guys
table.
pick?
Oh, man, that's hard because they're both dope in their distinctive way,
Absolutely.
right? Maynard is really dope, but I like Mike Patton.
I got to edge out
Yeah.
to Mike.
He's just what he does is just so different, but dope. And his vocal range is crazy, and he can rap his ass off. He don't do it much anymore, but he was killing a certain someone in their own genre.
Yeah.
And I won't say who. If y'all could read my
Who is
mind, you already know who. But let's just keep it moving, B.
Tell 'em.
And we got Matt.
Wait. They asked for the table. Don't move past.
Yeah, I'll
Mike.
say.
Mike,
Yeah,
Mike.
I'll say Mike Patton as well.
how about you guys?
Mike.
Mike?
Mike.
I don't know who it is, but I'll go with Mike.
Okay, so Mike
Dude.
Patton is from Faith No More and Mr. Bunghole.
Mr. Bungle.
But
yeah,
one of
check
the
that
most
out.
one of the first songs that people knew from that group was
Did you say?
what's it?
Bunghole? Did you
Yes,
say?
Mr. Bungle.
No, you
Bunghole.
said bunghole.
You did.
That's
did.
exactly
Yeah.
what you said.
You did.
Isn't it Mr. Bunghole?
Close.
Anyway, like on their first I was trying to slip that in. Pause.
Oh boy.
No, but on the first record, what was that? What was their lead single that was like a smash? It
Oh,
was,
the-
This
What
is it, right? Or what is it?
What is it?
What is it?
is Epic.
It's called Epic.
Epic.
That's
Faith
right.
No More.
Yeah,
Faith No More.
Epic.
Yeah.
What is it?
And that was a big record. And Maynard, he's from a group called Tool, and he's got also many That's redundant. He's got several dope records.
Several men. That's like Bolton talk,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
there.
I got hit by the Boltonizer right here.
Hanging out with me too much.
Too
B.
hanging out with you, man. I gotta
Contagious.
check myself. Yeah, look them up. Both these dudes are dope.
Yeah, they're sick.
They're very dope.
And next up in here, we got Mad Trees asking, "Be real.
Yeah,
Would you ever get a face tat?"
nah. I would have by now if that was my thing, but like, nah. That's not me. Nah. To answer in the language of Dustin, nah.
And we got Roger up in here saying, "Shout to Cypress Hill and DJ Lord for the dope fucking set at Cali Vibes. It was great production all around the whole event." And he's saying, "I think the smoker ratio was higher than the alcohol ratio."
Yes, it
And
was.
he's saying it was a great time.
Well, when you put reggae and hip hop together, it's gonna be nothing but smoke,
Yeah, true that.
right?
And I got to just bring up about the Bobo and Lord set. They did such a good job because, of course, you noticed, but a lot of people wouldn't notice that Lord lost power for a second.
He did,
And it was really quick. And I didn't actually even realize he lost power until I seen whoever stage people rush to his set. And because Bobo just kept playing. So they were doing it back and forth. So nobody even noticed. They were able to get it back up before anybody even realized it missed the beat.
I was about to flip a freestyle. I got 2 bars off, and then Lord came in with "When the Shit Goes Down."
Yep.
Because what was supposed to happen there, we were doing what song was
It
supposed
was Hits from the Bong, right?
It's from the Bong. And no one knew, right? That like they couldn't tell. It just seemed like something that we did because like where Lord's set went down was just before going into that song Clean. It didn't like shut off, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
So we go into the song and it flowed, and then I was about to rock a freestyle because we needed a little bit more time for Lord. And Bobo kept the beat, and I hit 2 lines that lit the crowd up, and my mind was ready for a freestyle. I was about to flip it on him, and then Lord came in.
Yeah, right back.
But it ended up working out perfect.
Yeah.
But because people didn't know we were having a technical issue. They just thought we were taking our sweet ass time like bands do.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that. Lord's ship went down.
Yeah, I watched it happen, and it was so graceful.
His ship went down, but we were ready.
You can never let them see you sweat, because there's a lot of things that can happen,
Yeah.
True that.
And he snapped right back in.
It's not, just had to keep the beat, kept that thing in line, and then he came right on in and bada bing.
Bobo and I know how to keep it moving if that happens, because as long as Bobo's kit is up, we can fill in the blanks. And that's what we do, son. All right, next.
Yeah, I was gonna say people were rocking that freestyle.
Yeah, for the 2 bars or 4 bars, it was.
Like people didn't even notice kind of like what happened there and everything, but people were dancing because Bobo kept the beat going. Yeah. And then during the DJ Lord Bobo set, I was in the back with some of the Insane Asylum. People were going crazy during that.
Yeah,
it was a wild show.
Did you try to freestyle, Bolton?
Yeah.
When it broke down?
I was just like, yo, let me shout out to, let me get some Marbell vibes over here.
Bobo was freestyling to the chicks. He's trying to get a date.
Bolton bars.
And we got Rodrigo up in here saying, "I took some mushrooms right before the show, and now they are kicking in."
All right. Yes. Welcome.
Oh, that's a long
That's cold-blooded, Bobo. Why you want...
What is it?
You say...
What is it?
You
want it all.
You can't have it. Yeah,
all right.
He's dope.
All right.
And we got the business up in here saying, "Shout out to BREALTV. Wifey and I had a blast at Cali Vibes, and thanks again for them tickets. Much love."
Much love to you, man. Glad you enjoyed it.
And we got Twackalak up in here saying, "Yo, B, may we get a moment of ohms for this world right now. Blessings for all."
All right, we're going to wait till Cali Blaze gets back.
Yep.
And then we'll do the ohms. But let's keep it continue
and
until he gets back.
We got Heshrat up in here saying, "Yes, 1000%. We need the album, centerfold stuff, and credits. All of those art pieces and stuff that came with the album back in the day was so much better. It's one of the reasons I prefer to purchase vinyl."
Yeah, man.
It's the lost. It's one of the lost arts. Just
Yeah.
like a lot of artists in hip hop or rap music, because there is a difference. They don't lean on their DJs as much anymore. There's a guy or chick pushing buttons back there for them, start and stop, as opposed to having a DJ running the set and letting the DJ do some creative shit. And that's a shame. That's why we're one of the handful of groups that still do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, hey, we've been blessed to have some of the baddest DJs on that rig, you know what I mean? So I mean, you can't handcuff them. You gotta let them fly, man.
No. And it's really like you were saying about buying the physical vinyl. Like that's one of the reasons all my first introduction to music and the knowledge of like what an engineer did, what a producer did, who wrote music, who wrote lyrics, like it all came from reading the credits on these records.
True that.
And being able to
a lot of the people made their names on these credits.
Yeah, and then you would start to see on the albums you really dug, you would start to see names that were
You can recognize them.
you would recognize them
When
like,
you know the
okay.
dope engineer that everybody uses because you saw his credits.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Or the dope mixer, or the writer, or whatever that.
Or
all
even
that.
the musicians,
all that.
You had some dope musicians on there. You knew that it was going to be dope because they weren't going to do any whack shit.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it got you other work, and that's the lost part of it. Is that a lot of folks, because of this digital style, like some of them still get work because they're just dope. But like that, like everybody saw you on a legendary piece. It was like, oh, I need to work with that dude with this project because he or she did this on that, and that part is lost. Now you got to ask, hey, who did your album cover, or who played bass on that song for you over here? Because you can't. There's none of that info like there used to be.
Yeah.
So simplified.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
And we got Modio Cycle up in here saying, thanks again to Dr. Greenthumb and the whole crew. Had a great time at Cali Vibes. Caught B and Bobo's tag teaming on the drums. You guys put on a hell of a show.
Oh man, let me tell you, that was one of my flubs. I flubbed out.
Yeah, I got that footage.
Oh man, fuck off.
I have that footage like right on.
I meant to go for a splash and I missed it, and I just stopped. Like I froze up on it and I left the spot blank, and it was just odd. Now nobody probably knew this but him and I, but like he's gonna ride off this and just run me.
The funny thing is that when you did the flub, you look over at me, like to see if I notice. Of course I'm gonna notice.
I knew you noticed.
Okay, and then I turn around.
I was just waiting for your reaction because come on, I know you could hear it. You're right there.
So then I look over at you, and then you don't look back at me, but you're mouthing, I know. I know. Like, you didn't look at me. I mean, it's like, okay. But you gave me no look. And I'm looking right dead at you like, oh, you gonna look at me? I know you're looking away from me. Look at me! Don't you look at me?
Oh man, after the part was over, I walked off with my head down. I was like,
you looked at me. I just politely unhooked your mic. I gave it to you. I told you, could you please leave my stage? Could you please leave this area?
That was the first.
Please.
Hey, that was the first time that ever happened to me, bro. I was like, that whole show, I was having issues.
Oh man, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the footage.
No.
It's hilarious.
He said no.
I have it.
Oh, of course
No, he does Chris Pratt.
Oh my god!
Oh, don't do it.
Look at me.
Oh man.
I know.
I was about to hit it, and for some reason, I second guessed myself and said, and I'm like, oh, I missed it.
Oh man, you missed it. It was, oh man. And then when you came back into the bell, it was all off. That's what I said. Yes, it was. Yeah, I have the footage.
What?
Wow.
It was.
I'll show you. I know that people would love to see it, but no, I'm going to show you. I'll show you. Right?
I tell you, I was on some shit. I think the RSO kicked in way too early. Next.
And we got Callie Blaze back. Can we get them ohms for Mr. Twackalak?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. What do we got?
All right. Look, you guys can either join us or not, but you'll see when it starts. It's a meditation here.
Yeah.
Yo, man, chill out. I feel better.
Yeah.
I get angry.
I hope you feel better.
Angrier. He gets like more pissed.
Give this guy a dolphin.
Give him a dolphin.
And the mushrooms. Mushrooms and dolphins.
Give him a moderate dose.
Yeah.
He's like this.
And speaking of mushrooms, we got this super chat in right now from J-Dub Finest, and he's saying Jordan Maxwell had a theory that manna from heaven was actually a psychedelic mushroom and aided the Israelites moving through the desert. He's saying, think about it, microdosing would suppress appetite and keep you moving.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know, man. I
Like,
still get hungry on
On a moderate dose, you wouldn't even think of food. Because when you're in the melt, you don't think of food. You could have it if it's
There you
there.
go. I was about to say, the thing is, you can eat on mushrooms. It's not like you're just not really thinking about it.
And you're not
You
really
can.
hungry.
No.
It's just because it's there.
Yep. But you can eat.
But you can eat.
You can.
Yeah.
Don't eat pizza.
Don't
You'll feel like you're going to be eating forever.
Oh, the chewing. Yeah. You
Man.
you chew forever.
Cheesy pizza.
Yeah.
If you get thin crust, you might be all right. But cheesy pizza on some mushrooms when you're in the melt, yeah, no, you might feel like you're chewing forever. Just saying.
And we got Twackalak up in here again saying DJ Lord is the dopest dope on the planet. Why else would he be rocking with Royalty, Cypress Hill, and Public Enemy? Word.
Yeah, he is one of the dopest DJs I've encountered, and I've seen many, and there are a lot of dope DJs out there, like really, really incredible. He's different, like Mike is different, like Hubert's different,
Yes.
Muggs and guys like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. He eats a lot, but he's great.
He eats a lot. You wouldn't think it.
I love how every time that I've seen him with you guys on stage, it's always a different 10 minutes before. You know what I mean? It's always a different set, and I always salute him for that. Like, because he's always coming up with some of the coolest, like the De La tribute on, that was dope. And he was like, "Yeah, I got something for that."
Like he'll have a foundationary set in songs that he's gonna play, but like it's those little extras like the De La stuff that he puts in that are incredible when he unleashes.
Yeah.
And he's got the time to unleash it. Oh man. And he knows how to put on a show with it. Like he knows
To
how
rock
to,
a crowd.
He knows how to sell it.
Word.
There's this part he does when he puts on the Partridge Family, I Think I Love You,
Yeah.
where he's singing with it. He's like, what am I so afraid of? All this, me and Bobo are looking at the screen like, oh yeah, there he goes. He's selling it. He's selling the Partridge Family.
Word.
Well done.
And then he goes into like Metallica or something next, like killing it. Stupid. Nuts. Yeah, one of my favorite DJs, Mike.
Yeah.
Next.
And we got Mark La La up in here saying Cali Vibes Festival was off the hook. So glad to be there, and thank you to the crew for the tickets. Reggae and rap have SoCal on and cracking, and can't wait for what's next.
Yeah, they had some good reggae, man.
Mm-hmm.
Some excellent reggae popping off up there.
Shout out to Mark La La. I ran into him during the Warren G concert, I believe, or one of those.
Nice.
And we got Hybrid Cypher up in here saying Californication was supposed to be Mr. Bungle's album.
Mr. Bunghole.
Mr. Bungle.
That's it.
And I did correct myself after Bobo, right? So kiss my ass.
You just emphasize bunghole.
I did that. Yes, I did. But then I corrected myself. Come on, man. How dare?
That's the best.
Don't cry. Next.
And we got Michael Taylor up in here saying taking some RSO right now. Should hit nice in a few hours.
Probably around 8 o'clock. You're going to feel some goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes hours for me. I don't know how it takes. How long does it take for you? Send us that. When you do RSO, depending on the dosage too, like how long does it take for you?
Do you want to know when it first feel it or peak?
No, I want that individual's.
No, meaning like first,
like when they start feeling it, and then when they start really
right, because
feeling
there's
it.
two differences. Meaning like you'll feel it in 2 hours, but in 3 or 4 hours you're peaking.
Right.
There you go. That's what I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Because it takes in like 2 hours. You're like I feel it, but this ain't nothing.
It's
Then-
light.
Right. It's
You
light.
you hit the light part of it in the first 2
Right.
hours, and then like hour 3, 4 comes. That's when like
the punches get thrown.
The punches get thrown.
Word up. It's true. It's true. They come for the knock. You're
Oh.
like, man, I should have taken more. Should have taken more. Next thing you know, you're sweating and your heart's beating.
I'll never forget the night on my hardwood floor. I'll never forget it. My hardwood floor will never forget it. If it has memories, my hardwood floor, it'll
Your
never.
dog will never look at you the same either.
Oh, my dog loves me, man. This little fucker's been wanting to get high every night. Like I'll take him outside. He goes and takes his piss, his dump, whatever. Yet he's still coming to me, and I'm not blazing yet. And I'm wondering, like, what the fuck do you want? I pick him up. I'm like, then I put him down. You know, like he's up there with me for 20 minutes because it's a small little ass dog, right? Then I let him go. And then he's right there again, sitting, waiting for me at attention. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Right? And then I start, I think about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I know what this little bastard wants. I light up, boom. I light up. He comes up to the lap because he knows what that is. He takes his hit. He fucks on off.
That's great.
That's all he wanted.
He's like off to bed.
He wanted the smoke.
Thanks, Dad.
He hasn't
want
tried
all the
RSO.
smoke.
Oh, hell no. I'm not giving my dog RSO.
Bro, that
He'll
dog
never wake
is
up.
like, yeah.
Man, he'll go out to the balcony and say,
That was a great setup.
Nice, Bobo.
Oh my God, dude. All faded.
It's actually terrible when your dog eats it. Like if you care
Yeah.
about your dog, you'll feel terrible, man.
Yeah.
My dog did it. He got into it once when he was younger, and
RSO?
literally, no, same thing. Concentrates. He just ate it, and he literally was just like falling over, shaking, pissing. It was terrible, man. I was terrified. I took him right to the vet. There's nothing you could do, but you still bring him anyway because you're just like, oh man, he's gonna die. Like he couldn't even stand. It was so, and you know he's scared because he's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, and it's bad. There's people who actually give their dogs drugs. You're a scumbag.
Nah, man, I ain't never doing that.
You want to do it. Your dog didn't ask.
I'll save
for
the
that.
RSO for me.
That's right.
I'll just blow him the smoke like he likes, because
Right.
like it was literally that. Wifey
his
and I
hit.
were like, what does he want? Right? Because normally he ain't like so needy, and like this night, I blew the smoke in his face. He stood
Peace.
there. He stood there for another one. He came back up, gave him a second one, and then he went and fucked
Peace
off.
down.
He went and
He's
got
like,
some
dude.
water, and he was like, "Thanks, out. I'm out."
Nighty night.
Outro.
Because I had picked him up. He was up there with me for a minute. And that's because that wasn't what he wanted. He didn't want to get picked up again. He wanted the smoke. It was hilarious. Wifey even tripped out. She thought I was tripping. I said, watch this motherfucker want some smoke. And he sure did. All right, next.
And we got Von Dubious up in here saying, thanks for the tickets. Nothing but good times and positive vibes at Cali Vibes. Glad I got to meet Bolton, Pedro, and the Dominator. And I saw Cypress live, and Bobo and Lord got down.
That is the theme.
thank you.
And we got Roger up in here saying, thanks, Bobo, for the buddy outro at the Cali Vibes. It was classic.
Yeah.
I yelled it out. Like, I threw it up.
Threw it up.
Well done.
Gave it up.
I gave it up.
You did.
Buddy.
Buddy.
And the last one up of the day so far, we got Ja Warrior up in here saying, Cali Vibes was dope. And Mike and Keys, how was it working with Nipsey?
It was epic.
Yeah, probably the most different person we've ever met in our life, as for sure. Like, never met an individual like that ever.
He was focused, right?
Yeah, like he was one of those people that would he would be on a lot of books and audio books, and he would be studying things that you don't see rappers do these things.
Yeah.
He
was trying to educate himself.
Yeah, so it was definitely he was a different type person.
He was educating us on just business, and we learned about business through working with him.
Yeah,
he taught us a lot about just.
He was on his shit, man.
Yeah, for real.
Tragedy.
Yeah. Hey, man, I want to thank y'all for coming on and sitting in with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And y'all got to come back.
Always.
Do it again. And, let them know where they can find you.
Instagram, Twitter, the basic. Right now, we want you to go to Street Corner Music and get the new Mike and Keys Formula One with house shoes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're thinking. I think we're gonna be doing more volumes coming soon.
You guys got any shout outs?
Oh yeah, we want to get a shout out to our brother Dimerick, aka Young D.
Yeah.
That's our brother.
That's right.
Wonder Brett. These are all people that we were all family, all close. We're still all close knit together.
That's right.
We're actually doing a project with Dimerick right now. He hates it when I call him Young D, but that's how I know him.
Back in the
So,
old
I'm sorry,
studio.
Dimerick. I can't help it.
Back in the old studio. Yeah.
Shout out to our brother Wonder Brett. He was also used to be at the studio with us too.
That's right.
And just we got some nice little things coming out, in the music. So we're just excited about, and that's really it.
Word up. How about you, Jay?
It's the same.
You good? C minus. You got shout outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out Mike and Keys, man. Thank you for coming on the show and
Appreciate
hanging
you,
out. Shout out to House Shoes, man. Appreciate bringing you guys by, and also go get that new record. It's out there on digital. When does the vinyl ship?
The vinyl actually shipped like a week ago. That was actually the first we actually did it.
Nice.
The original way. Get the vinyl, then we actually put it on digital last.
Nice.
So it's available everywhere, digital, vinyl. We got little tapes.
Dope.
We got a couple nice little things.
Dope, man. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on the show, and go get that new record. And shout out to everyone that was with me in the morning for the Twitch mixes. You can follow me there at C-Fan4 and all social media. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. And word. Colton.
Shout out to Ray Morning Shot Films. Shout out to the Dominator. Shout out to Bobo for hanging up here. Shout out to my buddy. And shout out to Von Dubious, Gabriel and his wifey, Jose, Mark La, and Andy from the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. It was cool meeting you at Cali Vibes. What's going on, Cali Blaze?
What about Bobo?
Oh, you gonna
Oh,
fly?
Bobo.
You flying over Bobo?
Gave me prompts and then he forgot me. Thanks to everybody. Check out the show. You can catch me on the socials on Twitter at Eric Bobo, on Instagram at Eric_Bobo. Also on Discord. I'll be giving out the invites to join up on my Discord on my stories on IG, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks to Mike and Keys for coming on through. I can't wait to hear the record. I know it's going to be dope if House Shoes is messing with it, so big ups to House Shoes as well.
Thank you.
And me and Snacks, we thank you for your support, buddy.
Shout out to Mike and Keys. Thanks for coming through, guys.
Thank you.
Shout out to B and Bobo and Cypress for a ridiculous show on Saturday, and everybody else who was part of Cali Vibes. Really dope festival. See everybody. Instagram, give me my damn account back. Come on, man.
Damn.
Stop with this fuckery. It's ridiculous, man. Stop doing this shit to us. It's torturous. Anyway, peace out, everybody. See you Wednesday.
I send love vibes to all y'all out there, removing any negativity, any negative energy, any negative movement that might be in front of you. Believe in that within yourself, remove it, because you can. Unlock the limitations you put on yourself because you can do more. You got to believe in yourself and you got to work toward it. You cannot lean on anything but your work. Your abilities get stronger as you put more work in. The more you do, the more natural it becomes. It becomes innate the more you do something. So, for instance, if you write, the more you write, the more creative you get, the better you get at it. If you make beats, if you play an instrument, same thing. Anything you do, you could be an artist. It doesn't matter what it is. You can unlock the potential by taking the limits you have on yourself and take a chance on yourself and love yourself. They say you can't love nobody till you love yourself. Love yourself, and then you could love everything. Swallow that by the grace of God. See you tomorrow.